If you want to know how to cook a delicious breakfast sausage casserole that's good for any meal, you just try this one. Stay tuned. She's going to cook this, show you all about it in just a minute. Bright-eyed and bushy-tailed Grandma Rose.
Good morning, y'all. It's Monday morning again. I'm telling you what, if these Monday mornings don't stop coming so quickly, I mean, it's awful the way the time goes by so fast. And the older we get, the faster it goes by. My mom always used to say that, and I didn't know what she meant, but I sure do now. So,
if you're looking for a healthy place to find healthy dishes cooked every day with delicious flavors, you found Grandma Rose's, and we sure are glad you're here with us.
we are. Thank y'all very much. Please share this video, subscribe to my channel, hit that little notification bell, and y'all can see how I'm going to make a quick and easy breakfast casserole this morning. It's a treat. I'm getting to use my potatoes that I canned. These have 2/3 less carbs because we grew them in the garden. 2/3 less carbs than your potatoes that you buy in the grocery store. And Roy will tell you a little bit more about them and a little bit. I'm not going to use, this is a pint. I'm not going to use them all, but I am going to use some of them because I love potatoes and casserole.
They're called Nikolai potatoes. They're low glycemic index, and you get them from Guernsey's catalog.
Hand me the magazine, baby. And I wash my hands after I handle this magazine.
If you'll hold it right there, I'll get it. I'll get the picture of it.
I'm going to show them the front of it.
Okay.
If I can find it.
And it's getting late now. You can grow these.
This is the front of it right here.
You can grow these in any backyard.
You can grow them in a bucket. You can grow them in a pot. And then on the back, right there, it gives you the address. It gives you the website, everything you need to know about it. And I hope I did. Oh, this is them right here. They're called Nikolai, right there. Don't get so close; it's blurred. Okay.
Okay.
All right. So
2/3 less carbs
2/3 less
and
carbs.
low glycemic index.
I wash my hands, y'all, because some of you might say, "Well, that magazine was dirty." But
They were specially bred for low carb diets at several universities in the United States.
okay, we are doing a breakfast casserole this morning, and behind me, I'm halving the recipe, but I will have the full recipe for a 9x13. Let me turn my, let me switch out my lights, y'all. These are rechargeable lights, and I love them. I am halving the recipe, but I'm going to give y'all the recipe for the full 9x13. Because it's just me and Roy, and I didn't want to make the whole one. So this is a 1/2 pound, and I'm using Jimmy Dean hot sausage this morning, but you can use Swaggerty's, you can use Tennessee Pride. There's lots of name brands out there. One's as good as the other. We love the Jimmy Dean because it doesn't have much fat in it, and I don't have to drain it. So some of them have a lot of fat, and you have to drain them when you get through, and you don't have that much sausage. You got mostly grease, but we found that Jimmy Dean and Tennessee Pride is also a really good one that doesn't have much fat in it. And Swaggerty's, right? Swaggerty's is a really, really good one. And they have the tube, the breakfast sausage. They have the patties. And they have different flavors just like Jimmy Dean does. All right. Now remember, I'm giving you the full recipe for a 9x13. I'm doing an 8.5 by 8.5 this morning. I thought it was an 8 by 8 or a 9 by 9, and I looked on it, And it's this size right here. I think they're all different sizes. You can get 8 by 8, 9 by 9. So this is a 8.5 by 8.5. Now I don't know, but I've got like probably that's a little over 2 tablespoons of butter in there. It calls for the 9 by 13 calls for 1/4 of a cup, but that's like 2 tablespoons. All right. I'm going to let my sausage get almost done, and then I'm going to put my peppers and onions in it and cook them in. Now, if I was using the sausage that had a lot of grease, I would drain some of my grease off before I put my peppers and and mushrooms. It's going to have mushrooms in it this morning. It's peppers, onions, mushrooms, potatoes, cheese, eggs. Very simple, very, very easy. So, okay, my sausage is almost ready for my, now this is about a 1/2 cup of mushrooms. Leave the mushrooms out if you don't want them in there, okay? And this is probably, I'm going to put, that's about 1/3 of a cup of onion and 1/3 of a cup of peppers. Any of this that you don't want in yours, just leave out. Alright, now this is hot sausage, so I've got my salt and pepper out, but I don't know that I'm going to use my pepper. I might, oops.
Jimmy Dean's is not extremely hot, even the hot brand.
No, it isn't. No. Oh, we got one time. Lordy mercy.
It wasn't Jimmy Dean's, but
No,
we
it
got
wasn't
one.
Jimmy Dean's, and I don't even know what name brand it was, but it was so hot we could not eat it. We could not eat it.
And the dog left home when we tried to feed it to her.
I'm telling you. All right, I'm going to let these peppers and onions cook for about, I don't know, 3 or 4 minutes until my onions kind of get translucent. Now, I'm not going to put a lot of potatoes in there. This is probably, I don't know, 1/4 of a cup. I mean, a 1/2 a cup maybe.
Yeah, you'll just get a little flavor from them.
Just a little.
Because you can't just eat all you want of anything that has starch. But these are 2/3 less carbs.
2/3 less carbs.
Now, if you can't, if you don't have these, let me tell them, use canned potatoes from the store.
Yes.
They have canned potatoes because canning them creates starch resistance in the potatoes, and they're 1/3 less carbs if you use canned potatoes. And if you'll just use a few, you're not going to blow your whole system.
And I was going to also tell them, and if you use the potatoes in the grocery store, if you cook them the night before, put them in the refrigerator, there's something about the chemical process, it lowers them. Even though these are 2/3 less carbs, once I canned them, they even have less than that.
That's right.
Because once you cook them, then they
And
have,
cool.
and cool them, yes, they have less carbs.
It's called
Now,
resistant starch if you want to Google it.
Now, if you are not watching your carbs, just use regular potatoes, use hash browns, use whatever you want to, or leave it totally out. This recipe is delicious just by leaving it totally out. So.
And in the final product, you won't get more than a tablespoon of these potatoes in that whole casserole. In your serving, I mean, in your serving, you won't get but a.
Probably not even a tablespoon, because this is going in that big dish, and that's only like probably a 1/2 a cup, maybe a little over 1/2 a cup. So.
Well, now this wouldn't be keto.
No.
It's low carb load, but it's not keto.
It's not keto. No. But Roy and I are not keto. So, all right. While this is cooking, I'm going to go ahead and put my potatoes in with even though they're fully cooked, my peppers and onions are almost done. I've got my oven set on 350 degrees. All right, I forgot to get out some heavy cream. It's not open. These things, I don't know why they make them so hard to open, but they do. I should have opened it before. There we go. It's a new one and I hadn't opened it. I'm going to use half heavy cream and half water. You can use whole milk. You can use half and half. You can use all heavy cream. I just usually cut my heavy cream with water when I'm doing something like this. Okay. I got my measuring cups out here because I was going to measure, but all right. I'm going to put a half a cup of milk in my casserole. Now this is, like I said, about 2 tablespoons of butter. I've got 5 eggs out, but I had some eggs. I did something the other day that just used yolks. Oh, I did those pecans.
Just used whites.
Well, I just used the white. Thank you, honey. And so I saved my yolks, and that's what I'm using this morning. So this would be about the equivalent of probably one large egg. So I'm gonna put, the recipe calls for 12 eggs to 9 by 13. So I'm gonna put 6 in here. I'm gonna put 5, and then those yolks. Okay, and I just put them in my casserole dish and kind of. Now you can do this in a bowl if you want to, but this is just an easy way. All right, I'm gonna put my half a cup of milk in here, and I'm gonna whisk it around. Now I had the butter in the bottom. I hope it doesn't stick. But if it does, we'll deal with that. Okay. My sausage, my onions, peppers, mushrooms, potatoes are ready behind me. All right. I'm going to turn them off. Okay. Whip this a little bit more with my fork. All right. We've got cheese we've got to grate. Get my little, alright. Just kind of spread this out in there.
Well, this doesn't take long, does it?
Oh no, it is so easy. So easy.
You can about cook this by the time you can fry 2 eggs.
Oh yeah. You could even do it in one skillet if you wanted to. That's just up to you. All right.
Yeah, you could slide that black skillet in the oven, couldn't you?
Yeah. Yeah, you can. All right. Now I've got to grate my cheese.
Well, why are you making me wash 2 dishes if you could have just left it in a iron skillet?
I wanted it in a casserole. So, all right, this is pepper jack cheese. I'm going to put 1 cup in it and like a cup or a cup and a half over it. So, y'all, I love my little grater here. I should have already had this grated, but.
Well, I'll stop it for a second.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Now, I have got pepper jack cheese. Let me get it. Pepper jack cheese and sharp white cheddar. Now, you can use whatever cheese that you want in yours. You can use yellow cheddar. You can use whatever cheese you want. But this is just what I like. White cheddar with eggs. I don't like yellow cheddar. Isn't that crazy? But now white cheddar tastes different than yellow cheddar does to me. So, all right, that was about 1 cup of cheese in the casserole, and I'm going to put about a cup on top. So, the original recipe calls for 1 pound of cheese. I'm thinking 1 pound of cheese sure will be a lot of cheese.
It would be a lot of cheese.
Because this was not even a half a pound that I just grated.
And you're a heavy cheeser.
So, and I'm a heavy cheeser. Yeah. So that's about a cup in it and a cup on it. Okay? But now you put as much cheese as you want on yours. When you grate it, when you shred it like I do, it puffs up. It looked like a lot, but that was only about 2 cups of cheese. So, all right. And I'm not sure, maybe a pound of cheese is 4 cups. I'm not sure. I'll have to look that up. All right. That's how simple and easy. And I didn't put any salt nor pepper because there's cheese in here and
The sausage.
the sausage is not salty, but it has a little bit in it. So, all right. This is going, and you can always salt it after you get it on the table. So, and if you're not using hot cheese, hot sausage, then you can add pepper to it if you want to. All right, I'm going to put this on 30 minutes. The original recipe calls for an hour, but this is half, so I'm doing mine 30 minutes, and then I'll check it. I want my cheese kind of brown and bubbly.
Grandma.
All right, y'all.
That's pretty, Grandmama.
Look here.
Woo.
This is my sausage and mushroom and low-carb potato and eggs and peppers and onions breakfast casserole. All right. What?
And a half a cup of this, you're looking at 2 carbs. And less than 2 GL carbs. But if you're actually counting carb count,
well, we're going to have 1, 2, oh, there's about 8 servings in here. So,
when you divide that 2/3 cup of these low carb potatoes by 8 per serving, you're talking less than 2 carbs. 2 carbs, and then on the GL part, it's less than 2 GL.
y'all look at
So
that.
it's about 1 GL.
Look at that.
Glycemic load is what I'm saying when I say low
Look at that.
GL. That is beautiful,
Oh my
Rose.
word. Y'all. Okay, honey, dig in.
Woo. Woo.
Man. 30 minutes, y'all.
And you can freeze it for the weekend.
Oh, yeah. And you can cut, like I did, cut it in squares and put it in little containers and freeze it. Either freeze 2 squares or 1 square and just pull it out, stick it in your microwave or your air fryer, and it's good to go in no time. All right, tell me, honey.
You get a D for delicious. Or you might could get an A for absolutely delicious.
Ooh, y'all. I know y'all think we crazy
Well, I know one of us is.
because we love our food so good. But y'all.
All right, we're gonna hold a vote. Y'all can vote on who is the crazy one.
All right, let me give you a little tip. I put heavy cream in mine. You can put sour cream. You can put cream cheese. Leave out the heavy cream and just put either cream cheese or sour cream in it. Be just as good. And the beauty of this is you can add whatever you want to in yours.
Did you put mushrooms in it?
I did.
Okay.
Yeah.
I forget.
Yeah. Yeah, it's got mush. I didn't put many because I don't like mushrooms
This is good.
much.
Actually, you could eat this any meal, not just breakfast.
Oh, yeah. I call it breakfast casserole because it's got so many eggs, but it's good for brunch, it's good for lunch, it's good for supper, it's good for any time. So, it's still hot. Oh, it's still hot, but I want to show y'all. Look at that, how it cut. Isn't that pretty?
Now remember, go to Guernsey's. You can go online or They have an online catalog.
Or
And
you
go
can
ahead-
call them.
Yeah, you can call them, but go ahead and get your low carb, 2/3 lower carb, and low glycemic index potatoes so you can get them in the ground.
And I only put a cup, and there's like 8 or 9 servings in this casserole. And if you do it in the 9 by 13, there's even more. So, all right, food feeds the family, family feeds the heart, God feeds the soul. Put deliciousness back in your healthy food.
God bless.
Y'all have a good rest of your week. Love y'all.